Continuing from the previous episode 1510. Hoo, is this the space rift leading to the land of the sealed poison temple demon empress? It seems that the purpose of this ghost is really for the demon empress of the poison temple. Looking at the tiny cracks on the pillar of Optimus composed of countless gloomy ghosts, Xiao Yan couldn't help but say, I always think it's weird, this ancient formation is too easy, and even if you enter through a crack, I'm afraid there is some tyrannical force of imprisonment, which is more powerful than this. At that time, the Lord of Soul Eater said, Wing Om. The soul evildoer didn't hesitate, his body turned into a black light beam, and then suddenly went towards the small crack on the pillar of Optimus. Xiao Gui, follow. Seeing this, Xiao Yan didn't have time to think about it, so he followed Xiao Gui at the same time. Outside the Chinkin formation, with the 4 heroes of the Hidden Soul Society leading their subordinates, the Soul Hall powerhouses, and the Earth Spirit Blood Generals, they fought fiercely with the 8 top 10 powerhouses in the standings. Suddenly, the situation became extremely hot for a while. Even with the help of Du Qifei and others, the powerhouses from the 4 continents were indistinguishable. Time issue. Ha. It's just the same for the powerhouses of the 4 continents. This time, you will all die. After a while, Mo Tianxing, the leader of the Hidden Soul Society, temporarily repelled his opponent He Ju, and then snorted. You stop them. I'll go inside and take a look. This time, we must get what we need to save my lord. After Mo Tianxing finished speaking, he immediately walked towards the Chinkin Ancient Array. Where are you running? After a while, a shadowy figure bathed in silver thunder suddenly caught up with Mo Tianxing, and then the thunder all over his body squirmed and snorted coldly. Damn. Although Mo Tianxing said that his strength was about to set foot on the 4-star Douxian, he did not dare to take it lightly when faced with Du Qifei, so he could only hold on temporarily. And the battles in many other places were also temporarily stalemate, and the battle was inextricable for a while. Inside the Chinkin Ancient Array, inside the Pillar of Optimus. There is actually another seal formation in the Pillar of Optimus in this ancient Chinkin formation? Suddenly, the Lord of Soul Eater was extremely shocked when he poured into the Pillar of Optimus, but he did not let Xiao Yan know. After Xiao Yan and the 2 entered the Pillar of Optimus, a terrifying scene flooded into their hearts. I saw that the space in front of the 2 of them was a dead space that was extremely dark and no one had any vitality. In the center of the dim space, a turquoise light emerged, and around that green light, even the energy of heaven and earth was insignificant, and even the energy was imprisoned, as if something existed. After all, the 2 of them were enveloped by Xiao Yan's soul power. In addition, the Soul Evil's attention was all on the Demon Empress of the Poison Temple at this time, so they didn't notice Xiao Yan and the others for a while. This is the inside of the Chinkin Ancient Array? According to the information I got, it seems that the Earth Poison Temple will guard the Demon Queen of the Poison Temple, and the strength of the Earth Poison Temple at its peak is comparable to that of a human 5-star fighting immortal, but now, under the suppression of the Chinkin Ancient Array, it has dropped to the 4-star fighting immortal is complete. Although the Earth Poison Temple is not as tyrannical as the Sky Poison Temple, he has obtained the guidance of the Poison Temple Demon Empress, and he is very skilled in the use of poison art. Just after entering this place, the ghosts did not move easily, entrenched in the void above the mouth constantly. He murmured, and even his eyes slowly stared at a turquoise space far away from him. There, the soul was shocked to feel an extremely terrifying fluctuation. I am afraid that only the poisonous demon queen can have that kind of fluctuation. That kind of breath seems to be completely isolated by some power, like a repressive seal. Su. For thousands of years, there are still human beings who dare to enter the ancient Chinkin formation. No, the breath on your body is not right. Soul body? Suddenly, in the dim space, a laughter that seemed to penetrate the soul slowly sounded, and when the sound sounded, the entire space burst out. An extremely terrifying trembling. Didusha. Hunxi didn't panic at this time, his eyes slowly turned, but he couldn't find the figure of Didusha, so he spoke indifferently, as if he was dismissive of Didusha. Soul Palace? After a short while, there was a cold snort in the dark space. Didusha, this deity doesn't want to talk nonsense with you. Quickly show up and let the Demon Empress of Poison Brahma return to our Soul Palace, and the deity can spare you from dying. The Soul Evil glanced indifferently at the dim space, and opened his mouth, as if he had some extreme self-confidence. "A mere soul haul. You are not worthy to carry shoes for my king. Ha ha ha. Suffer to death." In an instant, as the voice fell, a certain void in the dark space suddenly wriggled, and then a strange figure suddenly appeared. "This is the earth poison break?" Xiao Yan and Xiao Gui hid in the dark, their eyes slowly staring at the figure emerging from the void, but when they saw this guy, their hearts couldn't help being shocked. The appearance of the earth poison temple is actually the same as that of a human being. The sharp-edged facial features are broken into a well-proportioned body, but there are green fighting chi around him, constantly haunting it. Above that fighting chi, Xiao Yan was aware of a deadly poison that was no less than that of Queen Medusa's Kalen. Obviously, this guy was also a strong practitioner of poison art. Boom boom boom. The earth poison break just appeared, without any hesitation. The green fighting spirit on his body instantly turned into an evil ghost, roaring away at the ghost. Seeing this, even though he felt the dazzling danger, he did not flinch. On the palm of his hand, a black knife lingered, and even a bottle of high-quality jade bottle appeared on the other hand. On the jade bottle, a drop of scarlet, the blood of his blood, was beating vigorously, and the pure energy contained in the blood would probably not be lost to a real 4-star fighting immortal powerhouse. Tick-tock. After a short while, the soul smashed the jade bottle directly. Immediately, scarlet blood dripped gently on the black knife. Weng Om! With the injection of this drop of blood, the black knife suddenly seemed to have wisdom, and bursts of lamentation erupted rapidly, and even the gloomy power above the black knife was like a tide. Immediately attacked the ground poisonous break. The evil ghost of Didusha was wiped out in an instant after touching the black knife of the ghost. Empowering spirits with blood, the art of soul casting. The powerhouses of the Soul Palace are indeed tyrannical. But, after speaking, in this dim void, bursts of foul smell suddenly emerged, and suddenly a deadly energy viper suddenly emerged from the void. He. I want my soul evil to suffer, but I'm wrong. In an instant, facing such a tyrannical attack from the ground poisonous break, the soul evil did not hesitate. The corner of his mouth smiled strangely, and the bright black knife pointed directly at a certain area in the dark space. The place where the black knife attacked was actually the place where Xiao Yan and the other were hiding. It's not good. But Xiao Yan, who had been hiding in the dark, had a chill in his eyes when he saw the ghost's move. Obviously, Xiao Yan knew that his figure might have been discovered by the ghost, and he immediately pulled Xiao Gui and backed away abruptly. As for the figure of the ghost, it is facing the turquoise space where the poisonous demon queen is sealed. It's troublesome. The 4-star Douxian's complete earth poison temple. Xiao Yan said solemnly, seeing the countless ferocious poisonous snakes in the void facing Xiao Yan and the two men aggressively, and adding the earth poison temple staring at him in front of him. It's just that this poison temple seems to have no precautions against the actions of the ghost, and it is actually allowed to go to the poison temple demon empress. Continuing from the previous episode 1511. Damn it! Xiao Gui also muttered slowly with a gloomy expression on his face. Obviously, the strength of the 4-star fighting immortals in this poisonous temple is complete, and wanting to kill the two of them is as simple as pinching an ant. Get out of the way! Before it was too late to explain to Xiao Gui, or to investigate the figure of the ghost, Xiao Yan's voice was extremely solemn, and he pushed Xiao Gui away directly. Little human, die for me. Shabu shabu. At this moment, a trace of green fighting chi emerged from the hands of the earth poison break, and then he suddenly grasped his hand tightly. Suddenly, countless giant energy snakes composed of deadly venom in the dark space frantically faced Xiao Yanbang. Shooting away, the number is staggering. The fastest update of Chi-Chi novel. What surprised Xiao Yan and the other even more was that the earth poison bracers actually ignored the ghosts of the turquoise energy space, which was probably the place where the poison brace's demon queen was suppressed. Boom! In an instant, Xiao Gui was pushed out by Xiao Yan, and immediately countless vicious snakes composed of deadly venom shot directly at Xiao Yan. Such a terrifying impact, even if it was a 4-star fighting immortal. The strong will be instantly obliterated. Whoa! Fire! Dragon God's first change. Second transformation. In an instant, the dazzling fire-red flame power and the khaki-yellow holy flame suddenly appeared on Xiao Yan's body. At that time, the display of the first transformation of the Dragon God made Xiao Yan's physical strength increase. 1 level, The second change of dragon sense, although it didn't have much effect except to deal with the dragon clan, Xiao Yan didn't show any negligence and directly displayed it. Boom! After a short while, countless poisonous snakes came directly to Xiao Yan's side, then opened their *** mouths and bit the flames above Xiao Yan's body. It was dim, and when all the flames dissipated, I was afraid that Xiao Yan's situation would also become extremely dangerous. Terret, even with the blessing of the Great Heaven Seed, Saint Flame and the first transformation of the Dragon God, these extreme energy snakes still gave Xiao Yan an extremely terrifying fluctuation. Gaze. Eyes. After a while, Xiao Yan forcibly endured the pain that went deep into the bone marrow, and then the dazzling soul gathered directly in front of the ground poisonous break. A void slowly emerged. Little chops. Fall down. After a while, the evil poisonous gas on the body of the earth poisonous break burst into a dazzling wave, and then injected into the poisonous snakes. In an instant, the poisonous snakes broke through Xiao Yan's flame defense in an instant, and were about to bite. When it comes to Xiao Yan's body, any Xiao Yan's physical strength is tyrannical, and if he is bitten by these poisonous snakes containing evil poisonous gas, he will probably end up with a serious injury. The Eye of Staring. At this critical moment, the void in front of the earth poison brack suddenly gathered dazzling soul power, and the space suddenly wriggled, and a gray pupil without any power appeared. The gray pupil just emerged, and suddenly faced the earth poison. The break slowly flickered, and the earth poison break had no defenses, and was caught in the Eye of Staring for a while. Bang bang bang. Without the support of the evil poisonous gas from the earth poison temple, those evil poisonous snakes instantly turned into white mists and slowly disappeared under the baking of Holy Emperor Xiao Yan. Xiao Gui, go to see the ghost. Xiao Yan hurriedly separated a trace of his soul and walked towards Xiao Gui, and this poisonous snake could only be intercepted by himself. Bastard. After a while, the earth poisonous Sha also returned to normal, and the gaze disappeared instantly, but the earth poisonous Sha's aura became chaotic at this time. Obviously it was caught in the eye of the stare, and there must be a lot of side effects for a while. Big brother, Xiao Gui looked at the stalemate between Xiao Yan and Btth2 Sha, and just wanted to rescue him, but was stopped by Xiao Yan's strange soul power. Damn it. After saying that, he also took back the information of the weak soul power, and then chased towards the place where the soul evil was. This guy. There is actually the fluctuation of holy flame, the strength of the mere 3-star fighting immortal middle stage. If we don't remove it at this time, it may become a serious problem for our foreign evil clan in the future. With Xiao Yan so full of power, Btth2's eyes became gloomy. He knew it is wrong to underestimate Xiao Yan. Then the evil poisonous gas around him will gather more and more continuously, trying to obliterate Xiao Yan. As for Xiao Yan, he is relying on the holy flame in his body, the flame power of the Great Heaven Seed and the power of the Dragon God transformation, and his eyes are vigilantly staring at the earth poison break. The strength of the two is too huge, and now we can only hope that Xiao Gui or Soul Evil can release the poisonous demon empress sooner. Boom! What is this? Soul Ni naturally discovered Xiao Yan and the two of them when they entered the ancient Chinkin formation. After all, there are some incredible things about Soul Ni, but later they cracked the ancient formation and encountered the poison. When he stopped, he directly shifted the attention of the earth poison break to Xiao Yan, and he could also directly approach the core of the seal. The center of this dark space is a strange space surrounded by turquoise light, but the turquoise space seems to be blocked by some mysterious power and dark fear, which makes people feel extremely uncomfortable at first glance. In this peculiar space, there are frightening powers, but the surrounding is vaguely separated from this dark space by some power, so the ghost just came to the green space for a few counts. When I was in Rice, I didn't dare to act rashly. Boom! After a while, the dazzling soul power emerged from the soul, so a remnant of the soul in his hand was forced out of the black robe. Oh! Don't kill me! The broken soul body that just appeared seemed rather weak, and when he saw the figure of the ghost, he couldn't help trembling and said, after all, the strength of the fighting immortal in front of him was impressively beaten by the ghost. It was obliterated, so he was extremely afraid of ghosts. Zheng Xin Lu Mao Chi Chi Novel Wang. WW, don't worry, I won't kill you, you just need to go from here, and I will let you go. The ghost pointed to the turquoise space that was close at hand, and said slowly. Okay. Hearing the words, the nearly transparent remnant was overjoyed, and without hesitation, he directly drove his weak soul body away to the turquoise light. In an instant, even if it was a near death, he was willing to try. After all, he stayed in the ghost of the soul. In his hands, he suffered the pain of life that was worse than death all day long. That kind of torture was like hell. Ah! A ferocious voice resounded. Wang Om! A burst of dawn-like light of dawn slowly poured out from the turquoise space. Under this near-sacred power, even if it was a soul, the aura in the body became disordered. Obviously the energy contained in the white light is enough to easily destroy oneself, and the remnant soul is immediately destroyed under it, and no trace of power is retained, and it is directly reduced to ashes. Well, you are the king of heaven, and you have actually set up 2 seal formations in the demon suppression prison. Instantly, the face of the ghost became hideous, and it was difficult to crack the ancient formation of Chinkin and enter the place where the demon empress of the poison temple was sealed. I can't imagine that there is not only the protection of the earth poison temple, but also another formation that binds the poison temple demon empress under the seal, and the one that really binds the poison temple demon queen is probably only the formation in front of her. As for the ancient Chinkin formation, more is to play the role of a blindfold. Wang Om! In an instant, an extremely sacred white light burst out from the blue-green space in the center of the dark space, dispelling all the evil in this space, leaving behind a sacred and inviolable ray of light. Bright breath. The sealing formation of the light-type powerhouse, the Dawn Light Gate. Opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Continuing from the previous episode 1512. This is the Gate of Dawn Light of the Supreme Being of Light. Seeing the dazzling light of dawn slowly bursting out, the Soul Eater in Xiaoyan's body couldn't help but lose his voice. The Supreme of Light? Chengsiguangman? Xiaoyan heard the words, and immediately saw that the Didusha standing beside him was standing still, and he couldn't help but turn his eyes towards the 2 souls and Xiaogui. In the mausoleum combined with the previous Tianwangzheng, there are also light-type powerhouses left, and there are other thoughts in my heart. Crash! The special place in the center of the dark space, which was wrapped in turquoise, was actually replaced by a white dawn. In the white dawn, a sacred and solemn pure breath slowly emerged. Under the emergence of this kind of breath, even if it is Earth Poison Temple, the breath in the body is suppressed by many. Chi-Chi's novels are first published on the whole network wrapped in this breath. The hall under the turquoise light suddenly became blurred, and it was obviously completely suppressed by such a tyrannical force of imprisonment. My queen. Feeling this unrivaled white dawn, the corners of Didusha's mouth slowly wriggled, and he said with difficulty. The purpose of suppressing the demon empress of the poison temple is to suppress the demon empress of the poison temple, and the Chinkin ancient array outside is basically just to suppress itself. Only the Dawn Light Gate is specially designed to deal with the suppression of the demon queen of the poison temple. With this kind of dharma formation that the light-type powerhouse exerts with all his strength, even if it is as tyrannical as the 4-star Douxian of the poison temple, there is nothing that can be done for a while. I never imagined that the demon empress of the poison break would actually consume 2 such tyrannical formations. After a short while, the Soul Eater also calmed down and said, the highest and lowest strength of the light system is also located in the 6-star fighting immortals, and most of them come from the Holy See. As for the Dawn Light Gate, it is a tyrannical method that only the light-type powerhouse can use. With the existence of this seal formation, some dark and evil auras will be suppressed as much as possible. It's just that this Deviltown prison is actually filled with the power of light-type powerhouses. It seems that the master of the plane of the Ghost Sky has a good relationship with the Holy See. Otherwise, it would be difficult to ask the powerhouses of the Holy See to take action. Heaven. The Lord of Soul Eaters said slowly, with an incredible look in his voice. Be careful for a while. If you don't lose, just do everything you can. A ground poisonous break with less than 5-star fighting power, although you can't kill him now, but it's not difficult to avoid being killed by him. After all, there are treasures in the body. As for my shot, I need all of them to leave the demon suppression prison. Otherwise, once my identity is exposed, I will mistake you for going to Li Soul Realm to get Acacia Broken Enteritis, and it will affect our soul-devouring realm against Li Soul. The attack of the domain. Lord Soul Eater opened his mouth. Okay. Xiaoyan nodded slowly when he heard the words. Now, don't be in a hurry and exit. Seeing the emergence of the gate of light of the morning light, Xiao Yan also knew that it was useless here. Is not their opponent. Xiao Gui, go! With an exclamation, the speed of the two bodies soared and they blasted away at the outside world. Didusha, I can decipher this formation, as long as you help me kill these two guys. Looking at the hall in front of him, which was blurred by the white light, the soul is also clear, and now the distance is far away. It is only one step away from releasing the demon empress of the poison break. If I don't seize the opportunity this time, I am afraid there will be no chance in the future. Is this true? Didusha heard the words, and his face was overjoyed. After all, although the strength of this ghost is weak, there is a rather strange power in its body. Do it! Without any hesitation, the ghost directly sat down cross-legged, and then the dazzling ghost energy turned into a black fog that covered the sky, completely wrapping his body. And above those black mists, circles of blood-colored patterns appeared quietly. Under this kind of blood-colored patterns, even the Earth Poison Temple felt a terrifying power. This guy, it's really feasible. Didusha, who was still hesitant just now, looked at Soul Evil and made a move. He didn't hesitate immediately, his body moved, and he stopped directly in front of Xiao Yan and the two. As entrusted by others, I will take your 2 lives today. In an instant, Didusha's face became distorted, a dignified sense of oppression emerged directly from his body, and then attacked Xiao Yan and the 2 of them. Go, brother, you go first, I'll deal with him. Seeing that the 2 were stopped directly, Xiao Gui also knew that the situation was extremely urgent, and immediately frowned and shouted. Although it's a bit reluctant, but for the sake of that guy, this is the only way to do it. Xiao Yan protected Xiao Gui behind him, and a scroll of thunder slowly emerged in his hand. On the scroll of thunder, there was a terrifying thunder that was strong enough to resist the tyranny of the 5-star fighting immortals. Slowly lingering, it is a thunder *** scroll that is strong enough to resist any attack by a powerhouse below the 5-star fighting immortal. For the current Xiao Yan, this thing is a magical skill. When he was in the tomb of the Heavenly King, he was not willing to use it because he had the remnant soul of the Heavenly King, but now, I am afraid that he cannot hide it. After all, only with the help of the hand of the evil spirits, the demon empress of the Poison Temple can be completely released, and all the powerhouses of the 4 continents can be driven away. In that case, the Lord of Soul Eater will have a chance to take action. And what Xiao Yan needs to do now is to get out of here and go out to wipe out the powerhouses of the Soul Society and Soul Palace. Suffer to death. In an instant, there was a trace of green evil aura above the body of the poisonous sword, beating cheerfully like a flame spirit, and under the beating of this power, the holy flame heart in Xiao Yan's body trembled violently, even Sheng Yan shuddered. Obviously, with Xiao Yan's current strength, it is still too reluctant to deal with Earth Poison Sha. Boom! Without any bells and whistles, the Earth Poison Brack pushed his hands towards the void where Xiao Yan and the 2 were, and suddenly the fatal blow that gathered Earth Poison Break's entire body with the evil poisonous gas turned into a single blow. The green bow swirls, like lightning, and shoots wildly at the 2 of them. With the full force of a 4-star Douxian perfected powerhouse, even a 4-star Douxian powerhouse will probably only be bleak. Big brother, let's go! Xiao Gui naturally didn't know the trump card in Xiao Yan's heart, and immediately looked at the whistling green bow. A strange ghost aura emerged in his body, and a smug look of death appeared proudly. Go! Don't look back! At this moment, Xiao Yan grabbed Xiao Gui with one hand, then his speed skyrocketed, and he ran away directly towards the outside. Die! Didusha seemed to enjoy watching this annihilated situation, and immediately ignored the Thor Scroll that fell from Xiao Yan's hands, and said with a smile. Boom! The seemingly weak Thunder God Scroll just left Xiao Yan's palm, and it was completely ignited like fireworks. The dazzling gray thunder spread rapidly at a speed visible to the naked eye, and it swept the entire space in an instant. How could it be possible? Didusha, who didn't notice it at first, watched this scene, and couldn't help but feel a sense of astonishment in his heart. The gray thunder that emerged from the Thunder Scroll turned out to have the power to destroy himself. The fastest update of Chi-Chi novel, boom! The tyrannical green bow was slowly eaten away by the gray thunder. Bang bang bang! After a while, the seemingly incomparable green bow swirl easily hit the countless gray thunderbolts. Without any energy ripples, it was completely swallowed and wiped out, and the gray thunderbolt, with a terrifying offensive, attacked the ground poisonous break. For a time, the ground poisonous break, which was as strong as a 4-star fighting fairy, was actually thrown into a thunderous scroll by Xiao Yan, and it was extremely embarrassing. Opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Continuing from the previous episode 1513. Boom! At this time, the space inside the Chinkin ancient array was completely detonated by the power of countless thunderbolts. Suddenly, the sound of thunderbolts resounded, so that the poisonous breaks of the earth were eaten up. The power, but with overwhelming restraint, even spread to the soul, but it was covered by the blood-colored lines on the black mist. In an instant, outside the Dawn Light Gate formation, the ghosts sat down cross-legged, and mysterious and strange forces emerged, constantly cracking the Dawn Light Gate, and the Hall of the Poison Temple Demon Empress, which was completely suppressed by the Dawn Light Gate formation, was also slow. Emerged slowly. Inside the Great Hall surrounded by the Gate of Dawn Light, the Demon Empress of the Poison Temple was imprisoned. And in this hall, there is a special space surrounded by turquoise evil rays of light. The air that can be seen everywhere in the space actually contains deadly venom. There are no decorations in the space, only with a cyan throne. On the azure throne, a figure of a woman who is indistinguishable from ordinary human beings sits slowly. The woman is dressed in red, and a special pattern of turquoise outlines between her eyebrows, which shows her status and strength. The Emperor-level powerhouse of the extraterritorial evil race is comparable to the poisonous demon queen of the human 6-star fighting immortal powerhouse. The Sky Poison Temple has fallen. But after so many years, someone finally came to break the seal. Looking at this breath, it seems that they are the subordinates of the Soul Palace. Several old guys in the Soul Palace have made a lot of credit for helping our foreign evil race. I really miss the days when they fought side by side with them. However, these guys don't know what is good or bad, and they want to replace our foreign evil clan. It's a fool's dream. The red-clothed shadow finished, posing an elegant sitting posture, and then lying on her side on the throne. Now she only needs waiting for the soul evil to crack the morning light gate. You can completely regain your freedom. On the other side, with the use of the Thor Scroll, Xiao Yan and the two easily escaped from the formation and returned to the outside of the ancient Chinkin formation. The combat power of these guys is really not to be underestimated. When he just came to the battle, he immediately looked at Du Qifei, who was in retreat. Xiao Yan couldn't help but speak. It is difficult for the strong to fight, and even the strong from the 4 continents continue to fall into the disadvantage. Xiao Gui, go ahead and drive out or kill all these powerhouses from the Soul Society and the Soul Palace. As soon as the words fell, Xiao Yan and the two of them turned towards Mo Tianxing, the leader of the Soul Society, and the leader of the Soul Palace, respectively. Hey! Although Duo Qifei said that his strength had skyrocketed to the level of the 3-star Douxian, but the time was too short to completely control this power. Therefore, Mo Tianxing, who was facing the half-step 4-star Douxian for a while, turned out to be retreating steadily. Suffered to death. Mo Tianxing watched Du Qifei's retreat, his eyes became sharp, and he was ready to use a tyrannical offensive to obliterate him. Are you okay? Xiao Yan came directly to Du Qifei, stopped Mo Tianxing's seemingly tyrannical blow, and asked, "Why did you come out there?" Duo Qifei's face was slightly pale. Obviously it was extremely difficult to deal with Mo Tianxing. The ancient formation of Chinkin has been controlled by the evil spirits. I'm afraid this time. Xiao Yan replied softly, "Damn it." Duan Qifei heard the words. Her beautiful eyes could not help but slowly wrinkle. If the Poison Temple Demon Empress broke the seal, I am afraid that these people's situation is extremely bad. The top priority now is to expel these guys first, and then notify the powerhouses of Tianming Villa. Xiao Yan said solemnly. According to his master, the Lord of Soul Eater, the Soul Evil does have the power to crack the Gate of Dawn Light, but being able to crack the seal does not mean that he can capture the poisonous Demon Empress, so he is also ready to take advantage of the fisherman. Where did the rat come from? Seeing that his tyrannical blow was blocked by Xiao Yan, Mo Tianxing snorted coldly. If it wasn't for Xiao Yan's sudden appearance, Duan Qifei would have been defeated at this time. You rest, this guy, I'll deal with it. Slowly speaking to Du Qifei, Xiao Yan suddenly jumped and came directly in front of him. Xiao Yan? It really takes no effort to get through the iron shoes and find nowhere. After Xiao Yan was quite close to Mo Tianxing, the latter also found Xiao Yan's figure. This guy is the sixth soul venerable of the Soul Palace. A human being captured by a cooperative designation. You seem to know me? Xiao Yan asked immediately, with a dangerous arc on the corner of his mouth. Entrusted by others, I will bring you to justice. Let's capture it. As soon as the words fell, a colorless water wave appeared all over Mo Tianxing's body, whistling towards Xiao Yan with extremely turbulent power. Half-step 4-star fighting immortal? Xiao Yan's heart shuddered when he saw this, and he directly cast the fiery technique, which suddenly added a touch of solemnity to the world. What a fast speed! Mo Tianxing also muttered when he saw Xiao Yan's lightning-like speed after his hot blast. No, it can't be dragged on like this. We must subdue this guy as soon as possible, and then go to the ancient Chinkin array to get back some things directly. After all, there is something to break the seal of my lord. If the soul is treachery, then our hidden soul will meet. This time, I am afraid that the loss will be heavy. After a short while, Mo Tianxing also muttered to himself as he watched the battle in the four directions is very hot. There seems to be something on this guy. Suddenly, Xiao Yan felt an unprecedented terrifying aura from this guy. The aura was as chilling as a giant from the deep sea. Xiao Yan, being able to force me to use this thing is a kind of recognition for you. So, accept your life. Forbidden hand. In an instant behind Mo Tianxing, an arm that was about the same as a human being was slowly sacrificed by him, and above that arm, a monstrous light enveloped slowly. Slowly forming a strange pattern that contains heart palpitations, the power contained in the pattern, for Xiao Yan, is tantamount to a colossus that is unmatched. Tisk tisk. It's actually the Forbidden Hand. It seems that the guy in the Hidden Soul Society who was sealed by the heavenly Pluto should be the Forbidden Sea King. After a while, the Soul Eater explained. Forbidden Sea King? Xiao Yan asked suspiciously while being vigilant. Forbidden Sea King, it is said that this guy is a human, but his strength has reached the perfect level of 5-star fighting immortal, and he is only one step away from 6-star fighting immortal. He holds a grudge against the master of the plane, so he colluded with the strong Chenhai to form a hidden soul that would intercept Tianming Villa. It turns out that there is such a secret. Xiao Yan was relieved when he heard the words, but his whole body was focused on the arm, and the power contained in the special lines on the arm was enough to make Xiao Yan quite difficult. With the appearance of this taboo arm, the battle situation in the sky suddenly found an earth-shaking change. Continuing from the previous episode 1514. Boom! With the appearance of the weird arm, the countless evil auras in the depths of the town's demon prison suddenly whizzed away at a speed visible to the naked eye. Suddenly, it was like a human being. Above the big and small arms, blue smoke with evil aura slowly emerged. What is that? He Ju and the others were shocked when they saw such a terrifying offensive in Mo Tianxing's hands, because the blue smoke lingering on the arm actually made them all feel astonished. The fastest update of Chi-Chi novel, this guy. Xiao Yan looked at the blue smoke in the arm that was so close in front of him, his pupils shrank immediately, and the khaki-colored holy flames burst out uncontrollably, so it wrapped around Xiao Yan's body. Xiao Yan, if you can take my blow, all my hidden souls will withdraw. Otherwise, today, your defeat is already decided. It seemed that he was extremely confident in the evil power above that arm, and Mo Tianxing's mouth suddenly wriggled into a strange arc as he laughed. This arm was given to him by the Forbidden Sea King, and its power was more than enough to suppress and obliterate some 4-star fighting immortal powerhouses. A mere Xiao Yan in the middle stage of 3-star fighting immortal fighting was not like killing an ant. Since that's the case, then I'll see if it's your arm or my handprint. In an instant, Xiao Yan glanced around, and the battle in other places entered the white-hot stage. With the addition of ghosts, the Hidden Soul Society and the powerhouses of the Soul Palace were actually defeated. As long as they defeated Mo Tianxing, these guys would naturally be defeated. Boom! As soon as the voice fell, the blue smoke of the arm in front of Mo Tianxing became stronger and stronger, and the evil arm, after absorbing the countless evil breaths in the demon suppression prison, obviously there was a strong wave between invisible, shocking everyone, but Xiao Yan, on the other hand, was slowly mobilizing the breath all over his body, and even his pupils closed slightly, as if he was using some kind of terrifying offensive. This guy, I didn't expect that he still has a backhand. He made a miscalculation. At this moment, Heiju took the lead in shaking off Mo Baixuan, who was fighting with him, and then looked at Xiao Yan and Mo Tianxing in the center. The corners of his mouth wriggled, and he said solemnly, Mo Tianxing's strength is stronger than his own. Even if he is against him, the odds of winning are very small. Zheng Shen Lu Mao Chi Chi Novel Wang, WW. I hope you can succeed. After a while, Heiju also broke out with a dazzling offensive, and then directly attacked with Mo Baixuan. Judging from the strength of this attack, Heiju's victory was only a matter of time. Senior sister. On the other side, as Lu Yun and Nebula joined forces to deal with Mo Ran, this guy was beaten and retreated, and it was only a matter of time before he failed. I'll stop him. Go and help Xiao Yan. You must not let Mo Tianxing completely detonate the power above that arm. Otherwise all of us here will be buried with him. At this moment, Senior Sister Xingyun looked at Mo Tianxing's side. The green smoke on the arm continued to gather, and it was also clear what kind of evil power this arm contained. If they were allowed to detonate, I am afraid their end would be doomed. Next, after speaking, Senior Sister Xingyun threw the Guqin in her hand towards Lu Yun, trying to give Lu Yun some help through the Guqin. Don't go. I believe him. After a short while, Duan Qifei suddenly appeared beside Lu Yun, and immediately stopped Lu Yun, looking at Xiao Yan firmly. But, when Lu Yun saw Du Qifei coming to stop him, he didn't know what to do for a while. Du Qifei and the others had known each other for a long time, so they were familiar with each other. Duo Qifei was able to speak so firmly, so he was sure you can't go wrong. It's just that an attack of this level cannot be sloppy. Forbidden Hand. Bloom. Just when the two were at a stalemate, the arm in front of Mo Tianxing suddenly swelled violently, and a stream of blue smoke continued to emerge from the arm, and then with a tide-like offensive, facing the demon suppression prison roaring away in all directions. In the seemingly insignificant blue smoke, there is actually a subtle fluctuation that can easily obliterate the complete powerhouse of Samsung Do Xian. This is not over yet. With the spread of blue smoke, the arm suddenly swelled, vaguely swelled to several dozen feet in size, and there were traces of evil lines drawn by blood on it. These lines looked evil and obscure. If it is completely detonated by it, I am afraid this place will be completely reduced to hell. Can't wait any longer. After a while, Lu Yun jumped over Du Qifei's obstruction, and immediately plucked the Guqin in his hand, and bursts of melodious chin sounds emerged, trying to prevent the spread of this evil wave. The first time I used it, it really took a lot of time. In an instant, Xiao Yan's pupils suddenly opened, and a strong aura like a king of heaven and earth was immediately revealed. This guy's aura. How did it become weird? Mo Tianxing immediately alerted. Hey! Seeing the evil blue smoke spreading everywhere, and the taboo arm that swelled sharply in front of Mo Tianxing, Xiao Yan's eyes became like, the fighting energy in his body was squirming like a tide, and his hands were also in Mo Tianxing. Under the astonished eyes, they slowly closed, and even kept changing. This is impossible. After a short while Mo Tianxing also noticed Xiao Yan's behavior, and immediately his pupils shrank. An extremely terrifying wave slowly descended from Xiao Yan. Wang buzzing. After a while, the insignificant energy of heaven and earth in this demon suppression prison suddenly became quiet, and then flew away towards Xiao Yan like a burst of stars. What the asterisk is this guy doing? Seeing this, the powerhouses of the Soul Beast Alliance and the Thousand Puppet Ghost Sect couldn't help but jump, because they also found out that the energy of the heavens and the earth in this demon suppression prison. All of them roared towards Xiao Yan's side. To make a fool of yourself. Xiao Yan child, give me death. Forbidden arm, burst. After a few breaths, Mo Tianxing's eyes shrank tightly, and then the forbidden arm in his hand, like a fireworks, spread out completely with himself as the center. At that time, a trace of evil that destroyed everything. The ripples suddenly filled the air, and the creatures affected by the ripples, even the evil things in the demon suppression prison, disappeared in an instant. Heaven. King's Seal. Seeing Mo Tianxing's terrifying offensive, Xiao Yan did not have any fear. The handprints changed rapidly, and in a short moment, a huge energy handprint containing a supreme aura was instantly displayed by him, and on this 100 Zhang energy handprint, countless mysterious light patterns emerged, and with the blessing of these light patterns, the evil ripples turned out to be extremely frightening. Boom! The seal of the Heavenly King and the evil energy ripples collided with each other, and there was no such thing as an evenness as everyone imagined, but the evil ripples were actually under Xiaoyan's seal of the Heavenly King, and there was no extra resistance. It was a rapid rout. It was only at this point that Mo Tianxing's face began to look hideous. The seal of the Heavenly King. Good you **** Heavenly King Zhang. Opening parenthesis closing parenthesis.